How many games will the Philadelphia Eagles win in 2023? What's going on, Eagles fans and other guys? It's your boy Mail Jones here, back at with another NFL record prediction. And this time we'll be predicting the Philadelphia Eagles 2023 schedule. So I'm going to be giving you my game analysis, my thoughts, see which games I think the Eagles will win and which games I think the Eagles will lose. So before I give you my record prediction for the Philadelphia Eagles for the 2023 NFL season, don't forget to put the thumbs up to like the video, subscribe to my channel for more options, and don't forget to comment down your opinion below to see how many games you think the Eagles will win. How do you think they're going to do this year? Do you think they're going to make the playoffs again? Do you think they're going to win the division, or do you think they're going to miss out on the playoffs? Let me know in the comments section below what you guys think. All right, so starting off week 1, they have to play versus the Patriots. Obviously, this is a game right here that can go either way because literally, though, this is also Tom Brady's actually going to be there because I think the Patriots are going to be there to honor him. But I think that's a game where New England can definitely win due to the honoring of Tom Brady. But, yeah, I kind of want to go with New England because due to the Tom Brady honoring, though. But here's the thing. New England has a really good defense, and Belichick has given the Eagles issues over the past years. And we know it's a Super Bowl rematch, and we know back in the Super Bowl, I think the Eagles really gave the Patriots a tough time. But this can go either way, and I feel like that's a game where New England can win because I think they can definitely give the Eagles issues. And I know it can go either way, but I think it will be close and competitive. New England definitely pull off an upset. But I am going to go with the Eagles here because I just think the Eagles are just a more complete team, have the better quarterback, and I just kind of feel like that their offensive line can do a good enough job controlling their pass rush. And I feel like Hurts, has the makings, to make some big plays down the field. Maybe he goes on some runs for a couple first downs. And I just kind of feel like their defense is just going to give the Patriots offense some issues and make life difficult on Mac Jones because we know Mac Jones, he's not good against great defenses. And I feel like that their secondary matches up well with the Patriots receivers. So I think they can be able to handle Juju. I'd say like Slay and Bradbury can be able to handle Juju and Bourne and company and all that. And I think their safeties can probably handle their tight ends as well. So, yeah, I feel like it will be super close and competitive, but I got the Eagles winning this game. All right, so next game, they have to play versus the Vikings on Thursday Night Football. Obviously, I got them beating the Vikings here. Now, I just kind of feel like Philadelphia matches up well with the Vikings pretty good on paper because last year when these two teams played, Philadelphia whooped them because due to the fact that, hey, Darius Slay was, Justin Jefferson did not have a good game because he was all shut down almost the entire game because Darius Slay, he was able to shut him down. And I feel like he can do, and I feel like the Philly can match up well with the Vikings receivers. And I think, their secondary can find a way to handle business against Minnesota. They can force them to hold on to the ball, dare them to run the ball. And then their defensive line can find a way. I don't think Minnesota's offensive line is that great. So I feel like the Eagles' defensive line can probably dictate some pace right there. And they can definitely give the Vikings offensive line and Kirk Cousins some issues. And I feel like the Vikings defense, I don't think is that great. So I feel like Philadelphia can definitely have success. They should be able to move the ball against them. So, yeah, especially I think their O-line is going to give Jalen Hurts time where he can throw the ball and he can at least, make some big plays down the field where he can run and scramble for a couple first downs. And I don't think Minnesota has the answers defensively to at least, cover, A.J. Brown and Devonta Smith and Dallas Goedert as well. So I think, they could have a good game here. So, yeah, and on top of that, Philly, they're at home, and because we know Thursday night is kind of tough, and it's tough environment, and it's on a short week. Eagles will be prepared for that because Eagles, they're at home. They have the better quarterback, and I think they have better coaching staff, and I just think they're just a more complete team. So, yeah, and also they just have the better O-line and the better defense. So, yeah, I think this game's going to be closer than last time. I mean, as long as, if Minnesota does not really, as long as Minnesota does not, if they don't get washed, the whole game, I think they have a chance to keep it close and competitive, though. I think Minnesota will keep it competitive this time like last year. I think they're going to stay in the game, but I think Philly's going to find a way to win that game in a teaser. I think they win a shootout. But here's the thing. If they can get up early, they might blow the Vikings out. So, yeah. All right, the next game, they have to play against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on a Monday nighter. Obviously, I got them beating the Bucs because, the Bucs, now, because the Bucs don't have Tom Brady, so now they got Baker Mayfield the starter. And you know what? I think the Eagles have a better quarterback, better coach, more complete team. I just like their coaching. I just like their coaching more than the Bucs, and I also trust Jalen Hurts more than Baker Mayfield. So that's pretty much why. But here's the thing: Todd Bowles have given the Eagles issues, but yeah, I understand he's good against mobile quarterbacks, and I think Tampa Bay can definitely give Philly some issues. But I don't think it's gonna happen though. I think Philly is just an overall better team, and I just think the Bucs defense could be a little bit rattled in this game. So I feel like their O-line can do a good job blocking Tampa Bay's pass rush. Jalen Hurts can make some big plays down the field against their secondary. And then I feel like their defense is going to give the Bucs offense and Baker Mayfield some issues. They have a good secondary that can really – and I feel like their secondary should be able to at least handle against Mike Evans and Godwin. So, yeah. So I feel like this game will be a little bit closer and competitive, but I think Philly finds a way to pull it off. The next game, they have to play against the Washington Commanders. Obviously, I got them beating the Commanders because Philly is just a more complete team, better quarterback, better coaching. They're at home. And I just don't trust we don't know who's playing quarterback. It's going to be Sam Howell or Jacoby Brissett. But I wouldn't trust that a young quarterback on the road, especially against that good of a defense like Philly. Yeah, I think Philly's defense is going to give Washington some issues, and I feel like that, Hurts can be able to make some plays against the secondary, especially with the weapons that they have, which I don't think Washington had any corners they can cover. And I feel like their O-line can do a good job controlling their pass rush. And I think, their defensive line can give the issues. And their secondary should be able to handle Washington's receivers. So, yeah, that's pretty much why I think Philly wins this game. Now, next game, they have to play against the Rams. I always have them beating the Rams because I feel like the Rams are a rebuilding team. I mean, their offensive line is not good. The defensive line is not good. I mean, that's their issues. So I feel like Philadelphia can definitely give the Rams issues because they have owned the Rams for years. I think the defense is going to find a way to at least dictate some pace right there and give Matthew Stafford some fits. And I think, the O-line can do a good job blocking Aaron Donald. Knowing that the Rams defensive line outside Aaron Donald is not good. And then the Rams secondary is atrocious. So I think they should be able to at least, Philly should be able to move the ball against them. And Jalen Hurts can at least, make some big plays and make some big throws against the secondary. So, yeah. And then I think that, their secondary can find a way to at least handle Cooper Kupp. Because outside Cooper Kupp, they may not have anybody else. So, yeah, I think this game will be close and competitive, but I think Philly is going to find a way to win this game. And also, ultimately, they're just a more complete team and have the better – they're just a more complete team. So, yeah, that's pretty much why I think Philly wins. The next game they have to play versus Aaron Rodgers and the Jets. Obviously, this is a game where they could lose because it is in New York and it's Aaron Rodgers because we know Aaron Rodgers has had success against the Eagles and he's used to this scheme. He's used to the scheme. He plays well in it. But at the same time, I think the Jets can definitely give the Eagles some issues. They can get – I feel like they're deep. I mean, the Jets, they have a really good defensive line and a really good offensive line that can give you issues. And they can definitely give the Eagles offense and Jalen Hurts some issues. And then their secondary is very talented, so they can be able to shut down your pass. They can be able to stop the pass in this game, where I can see it doing that. but they also have a good old line. So I think maybe they can block. Maybe there's a chance they can block your front. I don't know. Because we know Aaron Rodgers, he's good against the Eagles, and he's good at torching defenses. Because he's good at torching defenses, and he has the makings to throw the ball in the air against your defense. But at the same time, I think this game is going to be close and competitive, though. Even though this is New York, it doesn't matter. But I'm going to go with the Eagles here because I just think the Eagles are just a more complete team and have a better coaching because I have more faith in the Eagles coach than the Jets coach. So yeah, but I think your defensive line can do a good job, like slowing down the run, and I think they can definitely give that Jets offensive line and Aaron Rodgers some fits. Maybe they get pressure on him, and then I think your secondary can match up well with the Jets receivers. I think Slay should be able to handle Garrett Wilson, and maybe Bradbury should be able to handle Allen Lazard. So I think they can dare the Jets to run the ball and probably something like that. But they're going to force you to pass the ball, but they're going to force them to pass the ball, but I don't think the Jets might not do it. So, yeah, and I think you have a good – and also you have a good offensive line, and I think you can block their front. And I feel like Hurts, he's going to make some magic happen in New York. But I think this game is going to be close, and I think it's probably going to be a little bit of a low-scoring game. But I think Philly finds a way with the victory. All right, so next game, they have to play against the Miami Dolphins. Now, this is on Sunday night game. I actually got Philly winning this game because I just kind of feel like Philly is just a more complete team and have the better quarterback, better coaching staff. They're at home. And this game is in Miami. I could definitely go with the Dolphins here. But given that the game's in Philly, I think Philly will win. I don't think Tua and the Dolphins, are going to be able to go in that stadium and win this game. And I don't think they're going to be able to match up well with Philly's offense. I feel like Miami's defense is a little bit – it did improve enough, but I feel like it's a little bit overrated. I think the Eagles do have the answers offensively to move the ball against the Dolphins defense. They should be able to move the ball against them. I think Hurts is going to make some magic happen, and I think he's going to make some plays against the secondary. And then and I feel like they have a good, and their old line can do a good job, like blocking the Dolphins pass rush, which that can put the Dolphins defense in a bad position. But I don't think the Dolphins offensive line is as good as yours. I don't think their old line is as good as yours, but I think your defensive line can do a good job, like dictating the pace right there, giving the Dolphins offensive line some fits, and maybe get some pressure on Tua, giving him some fits. So that's how I kind of really see it, though. And also, I think their secondary can do a good job, like maybe they can do a good job handling Jalen Waddle or Tyreek Hill. But here's the thing: they need to find a way to at least like shut down those guys. Because if they don't find a way to shut down those guys, then they're probably gonna get open and they will get ran on. So yeah, so they gotta make sure they gotta eradicate to any type of passing at that wide receiver position. So yeah. So I think this game will be close and competitive. But if Tua plays, I think it will be close. Man, as long as he plays and stays healthy, I think this game will be close. But if he doesn't, I think, Philly can definitely blow him out, though. But here's the thing. If Philly gives up early, they might blow the Dolphins out. So that's how I see it. But I don't think it's going to be a blowout this time. I think it will be a lot closer. But I think Philly finds a way with the win here. Okay, so they're 7-0 right now. Week 8, they have to play against the Washington Commanders. There's a chance that you could sweep them, but I'm going to say that you split with them, but I'm going to give them a loss right here. I feel like this is their first loss of the season because literally, though, Washington, they have given Philly issues. It's similar to last year where their defense, played very well. They contained Jalen Hurts and all that, and, the offense played well against your defense. I think they can do it again here. And Ron Rivera, he has played well against his Eagles team. So, yeah. So, that's pretty much why I think Washington will win that game. Week 9, next game they got to play against the Dallas Cowboys. Obviously, I think they're going to split with the Cowboys this year. I'm going to say they win the first game against the Cowboys. And then I believe they play them again in week. Then I believe they play them again in week 14. So I think they lose the second game against Dallas Cowboys on the road. Now, the one thing about Dallas is, because I think that Philly, I feel like they both match up well with each other. I think they're both similar teams. I think Dallas matches up well with the Eagles pretty good on paper. They have a good secondary after adding Stephon Gilmore. I think they can do a good job, like handling business against the Eagles pass catching group. And I feel like their defense can definitely give Jalen Hurts and that offensive line some fits. And they have a good receiving core too after adding Brandon Cook. So I think Dak Prescott's going to make some magic here, but at home. And the reason why I got Eagles win the first game against Dallas because I feel like Jalen Hurts is going to make some magic here, and I think the defense is going to give Dallas offensive lines and Dak Prescott some fits. And then they have a good secondary like Dallas. I think they can handle business against the Cowboys receivers. And I feel like their O-line can do a good job controlling their pass rush. So, yeah, similar to Dallas, I think their O-line can control the Eagles' pass rush as well. So, yeah, that's pretty much why I think Dallas and the Eagles split with each other. And plus, they're both of them Dallas gonna have more to play for because they could be a team that they might make the playoffs this year. So, yeah, that's pretty much why. So they're 8-2 right now. Then they have to go to the bye week. Then after the bye week, they have to play against the Kansas City Chiefs on a Monday night Super Bowl rematch. Now, I know that some people are probably going to be picking Philly to win because they might want their revenge from the Super Bowl, where they blew that game because, the Chiefs wasn't able to, they wasn't able to control the clock. The Chiefs control the clock in this game, but and the Eagles got outcoached. But I say they get outcoached again. And because I just kind of really feel like that, Patrick Mahomes has the makings, and he can do enough to throw the ball through the air against your defense. And I feel like their O-line they have a good offensive line where I think they can spread out your pass rush out. And I think, Spagnuolo kind of really does a good job against mobile quarterbacks. I think he can find a way to confuse Jalen Hurts in this game. But I think it definitely could be a high-scoring game. It could be close, though. But I just don't think – but I think the Chiefs are gonna outcoach them again because the game's in Arrowhead Stadium. And plus, the Chiefs bye week, they were coming off a bye, and Andy Reid's good against his bye week. That's pretty much why. But here's the thing. I thought the only way Philly can win this game is that if they control the clock, their defense gets a stop to keep Mahomes on the sideline. I think they win this game. But I think the Chiefs are going to do a good job controlling time possession and keeping Jalen Hurts on the sideline. So that way it gives them a chance to win the game. But it will be close, but I think the Chiefs find a way to secure with the win. Next game they have to play at home against the Buffalo Bills. Now, this is a game that can go either way. But some people are picking Buffalo to win because they think Buffalo's a better team. But I am going to go with the Eagles here to win this game because the Eagles are at home. And on top of that, I just kind of feel like that you guys can match up well with the Bills pretty good on paper. I feel like that your defensive line can find a way to get after Allen and give the Bills offense some issues. And then your secondary can find a way to at least find a way to handle business against Diggs and Davis. And then I think your old line can do a good job, controlling the Bills' defensive line where they can put their Bills' defense in a bad position. And I think Hurts can definitely make some magic here. But I would not be shocked if Josh Allen diced you up. But I think your defense can find a way to slow down the Bills' offense. So yeah. Given that it's not in the Bills Stadium and not in the Bills Mafia, I think, Philadelphia wins this game. But I think it will be close. And I think it might be a little bit of a defensive game. But I think Philadelphia finds a way to win this game. All right, the next game, Week 13, they have to play at home against the 49ers. This is a rematch from the playoffs. But I feel like it can go either way. some people might pick San Francisco to win that game because they might want that revenge from last year where you guys kind of really whooped them. That's when when the Niners defense got exposed, which the Eagles found a way to move the ball against them. But you know what? If this game's in San Fran, I might go the Niners. But given that they're in your stadium, I'm going to give them the Eagles a win here because I just feel like that, that your defense can match up well to the 49ers. And I feel like, if you can block their front, I think you can have success. But I think, that your defensive line is going to find a way to at least give the Niners offense some issues. Like, I don't know who the quarterback is going to be, right? It's going to be Brock Purdy, Sam Darnold, or Trey Lance. I don't really know. That's pretty much why I think Philly wins. And on top of that, I think they'll do a good job stopping the run. And I think your secondary can find a way to handle business against Debo, Ayuk, and Kittle. So, yeah, I don't think the Niners kind of really have a lot of corners I don't think they have enough corners to cover that the Eagles receiving for. So I think that's going to be a challenge. So, yeah, I think it's going to be close. I think it will be more like a defensive game. I think the Niners will stay in the game. But I feel like if Philadelphia gets up early, they could definitely blow them out. But I don't think it's going to happen. I think the Niners will be going to be competitive in this game. And so I think Philly finds a way to win this game. But, yeah. The next game, Week 15, they have to play against the Seahawks. Obviously, this is another game that can go either way. Now, most people are picking Philly to win because they think Philly is a better team than them. But I just kind of really feel like that there's a chance that Philly can win this game because I feel like that their defensive line can find a way to at least they can get after Geno and they can definitely give him a tough time, especially the Seahawks offense. I feel like you guys can though a little bit, but if this game's in Philly, I might go with the Eagles here. But given that the game's in Seattle, I'm probably gonna say the Seahawks are gonna win and just upset you guys. I kind of feel that they will because I just kind of feel like Seattle matches up well with Eagles pretty good because the Eagles have not proven to me that they can beat the Seahawks because Seattle has given Philly a lot of issues. Because I think their receiving core, improving, especially adding Jackson Smith and Jacobus Smith, and they got some good weapons there. They got Kenneth Walker as a good running game. I think Seattle can move the ball against them. And then I think their defense is pretty much underrated. I think it's pretty good. I think they can find a way to at least get after Hurts and give the Eagles offense a tough time. And then I think their secondary is pretty young and it's pretty good. I feel like they can be able to at least find their matches against the Eagles pass catching group. So yeah, even though I think Philly's a better team from a talent standpoint, I just kind of feel like that Seattle kind of really owns Philly. I just kind of feel that they kind of own Philly. So yeah, and Pete Carroll has owned them as well, and he has success against the Eagles. But I think this game will be super close and competitive. But I think the Seahawks find a way to win this game. I'd say they at least win by a field goal. The next game, Week 16, they have to play against the Giants. Now, this is on Christmas, so I'm going to say they win the first game. I'm going to say they win the first game because they're at home. They have the better quarterback, better coaching staff. They're a more complete team. I mean, the Giants have proven to me that they cannot beat the Eagles. Because we seen that last year where the Eagles beat them 3 straight times. Because we know, I kind of remember back in the playoffs, Philly, really whooped them, because, the Giants wasn't able to do much. They wasn't able to pick up a rhythm here on offense. The defense wasn't playing good. Martindale did not do a good job against Philly's offense. He didn't do a good job confusing him. And then Daboll, he has not figured out, and he couldn't figure out how to beat the Eagles. So, yeah, I think the Eagles win the first game because I think the defense matched up well with the Giants. And I don't think the Giants match up well with you guys because I like their talent, improvement at corner and pass rush. But I just feel like the Eagles are going to win this game because they're at home. And then I know that's bad. They played back-to-back. So then last game, week 18, they played against the Giants. I think the Giants are going to split with the Eagles this time. So I'm going to give them a loss here because I think the Giants, will be extra motivated to play them because you beat them, and I think this is a game I think the Eagles are gonna lose because I feel like Martindale is gonna put up a good game plan, and he's gonna find a way to confuse the Eagles. And I think the offense, Dayball, he's gonna have a good game plan as well. So yeah, so I think that's why I think the Giants win. And then week 17, they play Arizona Cardinals. Obviously, they should win this game easily. Cardinals are one of the worst teams in the league. They're going to be dealing with learning curves because they have a new coach and Jonathan Gannon, which you guys know him for real, which he's coaching against, against the Eagles. I mean, the Cardinals, they're rebuilding. The offense is not good. The defense is good. Eagles should be able to move the ball against them. So, yeah, the Eagles are just a more complete team, better quarterback, better coaching staff. They're at home. And we don't know if Kyler's playing or not, so that's the question, though. Overall, that's pretty much why. So, as of right now, I have the Eagles going 12-5. I can see them, 3-3 in division, 8-4 in the conference, 8-0 at home, 4-5 away. That's pretty good. I can easily see them being as good as 13-4, maybe 14-3. But I can definitely see, but I think they have a really high floor, maybe like 14 wins. I'd say 14-3 can definitely be their ceiling. Because I think, so yeah, and I think, but I just kind of feel like Philly can land somewhere from at least like 11 to like 13 wins this year. But I think their floor can be like 9-8 or 10-7 if the Eagles, if the defense kind of declines a little bit, takes a step back, and then Jalen Hurts misses a couple games. But I think their ceiling can be like 14-3 if Jalen Hurts continue to break out and the defense plays and then the defense plays at the best like last year. But when you look at the schedule, it's pretty tough though because they got to play the best division in the AFC, which is the AFC East. They have to play the Patriots. They play the Jets. They play the Dolphins, the Bills. They got to play the Commanders twice. They got to play the Cowboys twice. They got to play the Giants twice. They play the 49ers and the Seahawks. Looking at the schedule, it's pretty tough. So, yeah. I feel like that the Eagles are gonna take another step forward. I feel like Jalen Hurts is gonna take another leap. I feel like that the defense, I feel like it's still the same as last year, despite them losing players like Hargrave and C.J. Gardner-Johnson. And so I feel like it's still pretty good, and I think the O-line is pretty good. So, yeah, but I feel like losing the coaching, losing the OC and DC at combo was almost kind of took a big hit, but you did replace them, which that's pretty good. So, yeah. But I can definitely see the Eagles at least like winning one more or two more games. I can definitely see it happening. But for right now, I just have them at 12-5. So let me know in the comments section below what you guys think. It's Emmanuel Jones from Big Fan. Thank you guys for watching. See you guys later in the next one. Peace.